Life is sweet. Let it sweep you off your feet.
Hi, this is Allie and Find Your Joy. Over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. There's a little crossover. I do this thing on my Facebook, a live feed every Monday morning called Mahalo Monday, and people come and it's kind of a different group of people that watch it. And some people thought that's my podcast, but anyways, it's all good. So I talk about a whole bunch of different things. Sometimes Mahalo Monday is all about deep breath work, and sometimes Mahalo Monday is about different strategies to deal with stress and anxiety. Sometimes Mahalo Monday is all about gratitude and what we're grateful for. Sometimes Mahalo Monday is rambling and rambling. And what I've decided to do for episode 103, 104, and 105 I'm just sharing 3 of my Mahalo Monday episodes. So this is going to be the intro every time. And basically that's it. I just wanted to let you know what's going on, how that's going to be. I do hope that you like and subscribe. I hope that you enjoy what you hear. And it's kind of a stream of consciousness. So one time I'm talking about change and different things that are going on that way. Sometimes it's about the gift of time and things around Christmas and the power of words. It's sort of whatever I'm thinking about. I just share about that. So I do hope that you enjoy it. And here we go. Good morning and welcome to Mahalo Monday. I hope that you are all well. It's been an interesting weekend, hasn't it? I've been seeing lots going on for many people. The busyness is already beginning of the season and such, for whatever, if anything, that you celebrate and hold dear and sacred. Oh, some Francis Dick. Oh, we do love us some Francis Dick. Val, good morning. Oh my gosh. If you're not working, can we get together today? That would be awesome. So yeah, this morning I've just been noticing people sharing, lots going on. The busyness of the season is happening already. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's 8:15. I almost missed Mahalo Monday again. I wasn't late for our wedding. I just wanted to say that on record right now. Although David tells another story, what does he know? Really, what does he know? But I digress. So yeah, I thought, well, let's make sure we get together this morning and talk a little bit about gratitude and centering. You know, what is it? Let me look. Okay, I had to look down my thing. It's December 2nd. So we're about to head into a season that can be challenging, to say the least. I have put it out to my family. I don't know about you. Good morning. I've put it out to my family. Hey, what if this year we do this thing where it's only handmade gifts or things that we already have? Our dear friend Nikki Neff, she always has these wonderful Christmas parties where people bring something and wrap it, like something nice, something that's around the house that maybe you're not using so much, and gives that as a gift, and then it's this party and everyone brings one, and it's this great gift exchange. I always love that. And I mean, they're really nice things. We're not talking about old socks. Not that there's anything wrong with old socks, but I really would love to, like, I don't really need anything, right? I mean, if I need anything, I'm going to buy it at this age, or this stage, or both. But I love finding something that was around the house that I already have ideas of really fabulous gifts. If everyone agrees to this, in my family, because that's what I would like to do. Let's have things that are around our house. And if that's not what you're going to do, then that's okay. How about a poem or some homemade cookies or something like that. Because for us anyways, what I love most about Christmas, I love the meal. I love preparing the meal. I love smelling it as it's cooking. I love when people start to gather around our place. And I know everyone has different experiences of that, so I'm just sharing what I love about it. Even, okay, so let's go back. So what we started to do once our kids became adults, was we decreed that Christmas would no longer be on Christmas Day for us. Now, we'll be here and they will always be welcome. However, once our kids got to be the age of being, married and having their own families and lives that were outside of us, right? Which is a really weird thing. As one of the things that happens as you adult and your kids adult, and even now some of our our granddaughter is an adult, our grandson is almost an adult, is that these people now have friends that you've never met sometimes, and lives outside of you. Even when we're close, there's still these people that we don't really know who mean the world to our kids. And so we decided, I don't know, it was probably about 21 years ago. Yeah, it was 21 years ago we made the announcement that Christmas dinner was no longer on Christmas Day. You did not owe us anything. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, those are your days. If you want to come around, if you've got nothing going on, oh my gosh, our kids and grandkids will forever be welcome in our home any day. However, be free, go and do whatever you want to do. So, hey, I guess today's episode of Mahalo Monday is options for Christmas. Do with them what you will. Toss them and throw them out. If you think that's the stupidest thing I ever heard and I'm not doing it, that's okay too. Just telling you what we do. So that's what we do. We said, Christmas, go do whatever you want to do. We're going to be here, but you don't need to be. So go and just be happy, because all I really care about, now I get back to the meal. All I really care about in my list of importance is that I want to spend some time always with our kids and grandkids. That's always going to be my number one choice. And to do a meal together. Oh, the other thing that we started to do was they had the option, totally up to them. We can just order something. And so we've had Chinese food. We had pizzas one year. We had once our daughter-in-law wanted poutine, so we did barbecued hamburgers, and I made poutine, and it's just like whatever. I don't really care. I'm not like sold on it has to be a thing. It has to be this certain whatever it is, right? However, everybody does kind of want to have a turkey meal or whatever's traditional to them, and so that is an option. And it's also an option that we then do two things, right? Which is part of my evil plan. So yeah, so that's another option. We can also use paper plates if you want. I don't care what's going to make it so that this is not super stressful. So we have had fun Christmas paper plates and pizzas for Christmas dinner. Like, not on Christmas Day, but you get what I'm saying. Sometimes we've had our Christmas dinner in January. Sometimes we've had it, way earlier. The last few years, it's been on Christmas Eve all the time. That's good too. It doesn't really matter. For me, I just make sure that we're all together. There's a few, if we're going to do a turkey dinner, there's some things that are staples in our family that, Hannah and I will always make the cranberry sauce together, and she always gets to choose how much sweet is in that, whether that's sugar, honey, maple syrup, whatever we're doing that year. And that's always her choice. She gets to do that. That's our thing. That's our Nana and Hannah thing. So we have that. So that's something that we do. Getting back to my idea of only homemade gifts or a poem or something here. I have to have my laptop on my tummy here. I'm going to show you something. You're walking with me. Did you know that? We're walking now. I want to show you something. Here's my, one of my favorite gifts I ever got. How do I do this? I think I just do it like this. I said to Hannah, she was like, when she started working, Nana, what do I get you for Christmas? I said, Hannah, a poem. A poem would be my favorite thing you could get me. And so, is this going to be all backwards to you? This holds a place of great honor in our home for my Nana. And it was just memories of us together, things that we had done and how she appreciated that. And that, let me put that right back where it lives. Oh, don't fall. I put it awkwardly. Oh my gosh. There we go. I think it'll work. Ha. So things like that are things that I love. Make us cookies. Do something like that. Or, like I was saying originally, something that you've had around the house for a while. And why does that matter? It's because, you know what? First of all, money's tight for a lot of people. And what I want for Christmas is not for anybody that I care about to be spending money on me. That's the first thing. So those are some of the things that we do. We get together whenever we get together. I would prefer to have it as least stressful as possible. Oh, and game nights. So our family dinners include everybody gets together, we have our meal, we open our presents, and then let the games begin. And we play games. And I've started recently, the last few years, always having gifts for, prizes for first, second, and third place. So we love that. So that's something that we do. And that's kind of what matters for us. And so I'm thinking, okay, so it's December and the mayhem is about to begin. And for some people, the mayhem is fun. They kind of like that, as long as we're observing what's going on with everyone else. Does everyone around us actually enjoy it with us? Are we creating stress that doesn't need to be there for ourselves and for the people that we love, because we get ourselves hooked into something? So those are my Christmas things. To recap, once our kids became adults, our Christmas time together is basically any time 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after Christmas. That's what they can choose. They do not have to. Yeah, I think too, like a lot of us, I came from a divorced family, right? A divorced family. Well, I guess that's the way to say it. And so I spent a lot of my youth, everything being, and so did my kids, trying to make sure everybody got to see everybody. So, there's the time with my mom, the time with my dad, and then with my kids, there was the time with us, the time with their dad, then their time with my parents. And because I have a divorced family, so that was another 2 sets of grandparents on my side, and then on Randy's side, and it was just crazy making, trying to get everybody to see everybody and to do all of that stuff. And then when kids get married and have partners and all of that stuff, now they've got them, and then they've got their new in-laws, and then it just starts to get really big. So anyways, that's what we do. That's what we do. We get together when we get together, and we make sure that it works for everybody. And that's the important part, is getting together and making sure that it's not, man, if you're not in a position, I just have to say, never have I ever received a homemade gift that it didn't just absolutely bless me. And that's all kinds of things. People make, Jess used to make beaded things, and it wasn't that it had to be the most fancy of anything. It was just that someone loved me enough that they took time to make something for me. That's awesome. So I want to make sure that everybody that I know knows that I'm putting that out there for like my kids and grandkids. First of all, what do I want for Christmas? Your time. I sent them that text weeks ago. So when you're shopping, what would I like from you? Your time. That's all. That's what it would be really awesome. And they already give me that. But, I just like more of it. More time with them. And and homemade gifts. And let's kind of get back to that. And I love things like when people do canning and you get like, I don't know, a little jar of what am I trying to say? Jam or something like that. And then they put a little cloth around it that's Christmassy, and then, a little rope around it, ties it up, and it looks all cute. That's a beautiful gift. That's an awesome gift. And it didn't have to break the bank. And it's actually something that came from your heart and your hands. And that's always going to be my fave. So those are my tips for Christmas. It doesn't have to be on Christmas Day, and it doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be everybody's going out shopping and facing the madness. And also, of course, always I'm a big promoter of local small businesses. So if you don't have to go into the malls, and I'm not trying to break them. I'm not trying to, there might be something that you want on Amazon or that you want in the mall, and fine, go and, yeah, right, thanks. It just whatever, it just doesn't need to be all of those things. And if it isn't, if what you want is on Amazon, I'm not shaming you, or in Walmart. I don't give a crap, man. I'm just wanting us to all consider another way. So, and plus that, we don't have to have all the trying to find a parking spot and going through the crowds if we go to a small business. So there's gift certificates, there's things that you can buy if you want to do that, and then there's the handmade stuff, which is always going to be my favorite. So that's part of the lead up for Christmas. And then I guess the other part that I was thinking about is just really remembering to do our 3 things in the morning that I'm grateful for. So when we wake up with thinking on 3 things that I'm grateful for, whatever that might be. My bangs are not too bad this morning. That's something to be grateful for, seeing how I just barely put a brush through my hair when I came, because I was doing other things this morning. And then I was like, look, it's already 8:15. Love me anyways, okay? And so just remembering that gratitude, thinking on things that we're grateful for, 3 things in the morning, just as we wake up, before you grab your phone, before I do it, as I'm walking down the hall to the bathroom, I'm thinking on things that I'm grateful for. And when I go to sleep, and when my head hits that pillow, man, I'm thinking on things that I'm grateful for. That I have a pillow, that I have a bed. It doesn't have to be grand and glorious. I make sure that's what I now have in my head that I do at night. And it's just this thing. And if my brain starts to get busy, I'm like, oh, right. If I was doing my 3 things I'm grateful for right now, my brain couldn't be getting busy, because it would only be thinking on the things that I'm grateful for. So I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm grateful for you too. That's my friend Summer. Now what does it do to be grateful, other than just shifting our mind and shifting, just as if that's not enough, but wait, there's more. So gratitude, it has been proven through science. There's many, many studies been done on it, and I'm not going to remember any of the places, other than Mayo Clinic actually did one, but there is, several places have done studies on it that are reputable, science-based, blah, 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 blahs. And I have that information somewhere. And if it really matters to you, please do put a comment in there, and I will look it up for you, because I have it. I do have the documentation everywhere in the years of my study. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah, right. I still have a brain injury, right? Still dealing with that. Anyways, gratitude, it lowers cortisol in our body. So cortisol doesn't just make us have a bloated tummy. Cortisol is something that actually creates dis-ease in our body. And gratitude lowers cortisol levels in our body. It also increases serotonin and a few other things in our body, in our brain. It actually creates things that will make it so that we are healthier and that it is easier to cope with stress when it comes. So some of the things that when we're getting ready for this very busy season that is about to descend upon us, is waking up in the morning and thinking, oh, right now I can hear Sammie snoring beside me. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful. Oh my gosh, my list. I'm so grateful I can walk without falling now. That has been a very, very hard place to come to, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful I can drive again. I'm grateful. Here's something. Shh, don't tell anyone it's my secret. I'm feeling ready to try riding a bicycle. Just to try. I have a tricycle and I love it, and it's been life-changing for me. But I never got rid of my bike. And so I kind of feel like I might just try to do it. I probably wouldn't take it on long places because it's easy for me to tire now and then I lose my balance really quickly. But just to do it, I would just like to do it. You know, it's just a thing I'd like to do. Yeah, so there's some of that. I'm grateful that I'm at a place in my life, and it's not really a time, because I think it might be an age thing, but I think also a lot of it is a personality, how we were raised, our experiences in life, all of these things. I'm at a place now where I can think more on that stuff about gratitude. Not so much about what I don't have, but what I do have. Not so much about what I screwed up, but some of the things that I did right, or that I can choose to do right if I didn't before. It's just, oh my gosh, you know what? I just had this picture as I said that, you know, Scrooged, with Bill Murray. And then he I just always love I just loved Christmas Carol. I love when he becomes awakened to not just what he did that was shitty, but the hope of all he can do that will be wonderful. So whatever shitty things I've done in the past, which are many, what's really awesome and gives me hope is that going forward, it doesn't need to be that. We get to choose every morning. Okay, we'll chat about that later. We can choose to, you know, every morning, fresh mercies, right? I love that. Fresh mercies every day. Every day I get to choose to wake up and go, I can be awesome today. I can be really kind today. I can see someone that maybe is having a hard time, and all I just have to say is, hi, how are you doing? Love that top, or whatever. I can choose to extend kindness, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can, just for choices. So yeah, choosing gratitude every morning to wake me up, and choosing gratitude every night to be the pillow I fall asleep in. Deciding that I do not need to make this season a crazy, oh my God, what am I going to do to make everything perfect for everyone thing? It's not about how many Christmases went horrible in the past, or what's going to be the greatest present, or how am I going to find myself worthy by whatever I'm going to do. No, it's just about being together with family, and if you don't have family, being together with friends. And if you don't have friends or family and you're really alone, please let people know that are around you. Nobody needs to be sitting alone at any time. Even a FaceTime call with someone. Yeah, maybe that's a reminder for me too, is to take a look around and who's on their own and who might need to go for a walk or to be invited over for a dinner or a tea or drop off some cookies too or something like that. I think those are the things that make Christmas really special. When my kids were young, something that we did a lot of, I was, for many, many years, I was very involved in churches. That sounds odd to even say that. I was a member of communities. Let me say that. They happen to be churches, but I was very involved in different communities. We have not been part of those communities for a while, but involved in other communities and still very close with those people. However, one of the things we did for a lot of years, my kids and I, was we used to go down, for a while it was every Monday night, and then it was every Monday night and every Friday night, down to east end of Victoria, Vancouver, and worked in soup kitchens. And that was an awesome thing. I'm grateful that my kids got to experience that, right? We would go down and we'd have all the soup and we'd hang out, and it was a lot of happy clappy singing and praying for people and feeding them and telling them they're okay and telling them that they're worth it, and having my kids see from a very, very young age. My kids were, from the time they were probably about 4 till they were probably about 10, in that area. Every week we went down to the soup kitchen, and the kids would hand out the buns and I would hand out the soup, and we would just hang out with people. And at Sunshine Mission, Cordova Street down in East Side Vancouver. Yeah. And there's lots of that to be had. Maybe make some hot chocolate and some coffee and wander around downtown Victoria or something. And there's going to be one too many people handing out love on Christmas or around the Christmas season? Maybe find a place. Hey, Extreme Outreach is a great one. They do a Christmas. They've been around, Cliff and Andrea. They've been doing this for like decades now. They do a sock thing where people stuff socks with socks and come on, like deodorant and little treats and things like that. They get like over 1,000 every year, and then they hand them out. They also do things where you wrap up a present for a kid of whatever age and you can drop it off, or they could use some money. So if you are not a person who feels called or feels comfortable or is able to go downtown yourself and hand out coffee and sandwiches and whatever, maybe find a good whatever charity or whatever, whether it's a church group or some kind of nonprofit organization that gives out these things. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of money, right? It can cost you $10. Just give something. And probably you all already do that. But if you don't, I'm just letting you know the few that I know of. Well, Extreme Outreach, okay? Extreme Outreach is who we mostly go by. But there's, all kinds of other ones that are more well known. If maybe find a really great little local church or local nonprofit that does awesome things in your community, and know that you're giving to your community. There's another good feel-good thing. And it helps somebody else, and feels awesome to do that. Feels just wonderful to do that. I think that of all the things I didn't do well, one of the things I did really well was teach my kids about giving, and about that there's always somebody that could use a hand up. Not so much, I'm not a really big fan of, there's not always somebody that has it worse than you, because sometimes things are just crappy, man, and you don't need to hear that. But it is good to remember that there are people who are having a really difficult time, and we can reach out and we can help them. And whether that's through a church or another nonprofit organization, just go. It feels really awesome. And I've never seen anybody be rejected when they go out with some styrofoam cups and some hot chocolate and just walking around saying, "Hi, would you like a cup of hot chocolate this morning?" People are quite receptive to that on a cold day when they have no home. They are not pissed off at you at all. They will say thank you. They might try to hit you up for money too, but that's okay because that's not what it's about. The answer is simple: nope, but I have hot chocolate. So yeah, that is my ramble of Mahalo Monday on this fine day. Is let's be grateful, let's be peaceful, let's be kind, and yeah. That's what I'm thinking about this morning. I hope you're having an awesome day. Happy Monday. Go into it. Oh, look. Hardly any scar. Look at see that? Wow, I'm being grateful. Look. Teeny weeny little scar that I could choose to cover up if I had makeup on. I'm doing the Pamela Anderson. Never mind. Anyways, so yeah, look at that. Almost even the scar is gone, and really great for the cancer is. So anyways, have a fabulous, fabulous day. Enjoy yourself, whatever you're doing, and know you're loved. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you found a piece of your joy in this episode, I would love to hear about what came up for you so that we can continue to grow the impact of this show. Thanks again. See you soon. And remember, find your joy.